How's it going, everybody? It is me, Shane, and I'm here to give you another She-Hulk episode review. Today's episode is episode 4. I just almost forgot the title. Is this not real magic? Yeah, you're going to find out what real magic is in this episode. But before I begin, I'm going to have to ask you to please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. Be notified of more videos just like this. And I always ask you guys every week, ask me some questions, give me some comments, tell me what's something I forgot. Please let me know if I forgot anything. I'm trying to remember last week's episode. With Emil Blonsky. I don't think I forgot anything in the episode, which is surprising for me because I always get so wrapped up in this stuff. I'm having such a good time. It's so nice to get a lighter hearted side of this. So where do I even begin with this? First of all, spoilers is a big thing with this episode, so I'm telling you right now, there's some spoilers in here. And speaking about spoilers, Madison with the Y, but not where you think. I love this character. She's funny. You know, her face favors Elizabeth Olsen a little bit. Just a little bit. It kind of reminds me. It made me think, could that be her? No, it's not. It's not her. But actually, the actress, she did a wonderful job. I thought she was quite funny and quite charming. And Wong has a bestie now, if not eventually turning into something more. But yeah, how did her? Okay, so before we get to how her and Wong meet, let's talk about these meta jokes. So after the Wong intro, the Wong-ish intro, just Jen's talking to us. She's like, "Oh, you look happy. It's Wong, isn't it?" Yeah, you know, everybody loves Wong. Everybody wants Wong everywhere. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm pretty sure having Wong in this episode gives us another week of Twitter armor. That is, first of all, for you guys to make this show and just to know that people who are weird are gonna poop all over it, shit all over it. I don't know if that's even a crass term to use, but if you know people are gonna crap all over this show, just to preemptively say that's pretty dang funny. So that's one meta joke. Meta joke number 2. Wong has issues with a guy who was only at Carmitage for just a week and got kicked out because he conjured up a conch buddy and some kegs. Dude's name is Donnie Blaze. So whoever wrote this episode or directed it or did whatever, whoever came up with this, they are messing with Ghostwriter people. Especially since the very beginning of like Loki and all this other stuff, everybody's like, Mephisto? Is that Mephisto? First of all, I think this possibly could be Mephisto, but let me finish. So, Mr. Donnie Blaze, his name is a combination of course, Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch. So you just put the D with the Johnny Blaze, who are the brothers. Johnny is the first Ghostwriter, and Danny Ketch is the blue flamed Ghostwriter. That is the Ghostwriter that is actually part of the Fantastic Four. Fun fact there. So that's another joke. During Mr. Donnie Blaze's show, the people are not enthused. They're not amazed. They just don't care. They're so uninterested. But you know what's on his neck? He has a necklace of Khonshu. Interesting. But apparently this dude has or stole a sling ring, uses it, and gets a volunteer, the very drunk, very lovely Madison, and he sends her to it looked like the scene of Wakanda where they put the skulls of the scrolls on spikes to let them know you are not welcome here. But it was actually goblin heads. Apparently this realm has just been invaded by goblins. So yes, goblins exist in the MCU. Madison got pushed through there because Donnie is an idiot and for some reason didn't think to bring her back. So that not only shows how irresponsible he is, it shows how much of a jackass he is. And so poor old Madison, she's in there, and then another portal opens up and Wong's place. Wong has this very big, very nice television, and I'm sitting here. I hear, woke up this morning. This dude is watching The Sopranos, specifically episode 12 of season 5, called, oh goodness gracious, I even wrote that down because I just found the title of the episode interesting. Long-term parking. So when she drops in she has a heart in her hand, mind you. She has it looks like a human heart. And he's like, where'd you come from? Well, I went to this place. First of all, she asks if he's the Goblin King, which he's not. Goblin King is a kind of a shout out to Spider-Man villain. That was when Norman Osborn became in 2020 with the Goblin King. These 2020 years are becoming a blur, but I think Goblin King was around 2019, 2020, but small little reference there. But he said, did a cut rate magician send you through here? She's like, yeah, I was in this fiery dimension. Then I was in this dimension where this goat asked for 6 drops of my blood to save me from a lava pit. Bro, she went to literal hell. One of the circles of hell. Because remember, one of the forms for Mephisto / Satan / the devil. And Mephisto's one of the rulers of one of the hells. One of those forms is Mephisto. And as a matter of fact, in the end scenes, we get to see kind of that scene that they draw it in. I love the watercolor art for that, where she's signing a contract with this big goat demon whose name says, my name is Jake, which she made reference to in the court. Why is she made reference to it in court? Well, Wong, or she calls him Wongers, Wongers gets Jen to help him to get this guy to cease and desist. Well, he's asking for her help, trying to get this dude to do a C&D. This dude is just super dumb. Pardon me. He's super, super dumb. And he has a nice little hype man. I guess the guy who's his hype man was the guy who taught him how to do magic a little bit. This nice black guy, nice kindly black guy. But when Jen says you got to bring her in so we can have a good witness, because the judge was like, yeah, I can't really copyright magic, right? But it's not magic they're trying to copyright, it's mystic arts, because which Wong does say to the judge, one man has the power to send ripple throughout space and time to end life in many places known and unknown, and that is technically what Thanos did. So there goes that. Which, I'm gonna go on a small tangent. I just thought about something. If Thanos wiped off half of all of the known galaxy's life, it's going to be really weird if MCU does a correct Phoenix arc for the X-Men, because somewhere in the comics in the 80s, I think this still might be Claremont's run. They have the trial of Jean Grey, because she's now the Phoenix. The Shi'ar are putting the Phoenix on trial. Now it's Jean, so they want to kill her and blah, 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 blah. But then my mind goes, how come y'all didn't go search for Thanos? But hasn't happened yet, but please mark these words. I'm definitely going to pay attention, because if I have to go back through my information when that happens. Anyway. She kind of relents a little bit. She has to make a decision, but they call in Madison, and Madison told the whole thing. She-Hulk Jen had her describe her experience. First it was scary, then it was kind of fun, but then it was spooky and frightening. And she explained the thing with the goat, but apparently if she breaks the contract, he's gonna torment her and all the souls of her loved ones. So I am very interested in seeing this actually come back. I would love for Wong to be the new Coulson and the anchor of the MCU, where he's like, Mr. Johnny Blaze, I need your help to save a friend named Madison from this demon. That will be very, very fun. And we all know with Coulson's, you're going to die. I've been saying Wong's going to die soon. They're making us like him, guys. Wong going to be gone one way or another. He might die in Secret Wars. Who knows? But yeah, it's going to hurt just that much more. But anyway, Yeah, this dude Donnie Blaze is such a jerk. It kind of reminds me of Nick Jackson from the Young Bucks if you're a wrestling fan. But I digress on that one. So here, that's all. It took me a while. It took you 10 minutes to get there, but that's all the meta in jokes, right? In addition to, not Wong and Madison didn't just watch Sopranos; they watched This Is Us as well, which I found very, very. Just their relationship is very funny because she's asking stuff that he's drank. Apparently, she wants to try vodka and yak milk. Even in the courtroom when they're leaving, she's like, "You want to go for froyo?" He's like, "No, we'll talk about Sopranos." Dang it! All right, let's go. Which she spoils more stuff for him. Oh, Madison. So let's talk about the other underlying part of this, the B plot, which is Jen's love life. She set up a dating profile. Nikki, that was on the dossier for them being at the bar. But Jen is so hyped about work. She's too much into her work. And some weird, creepy guy tries to hit on him, blah, blah, blah. That we get to Nikki finally seeing Jen's actual dating profile. She's like, why would you use a company profile pic for that? That is so dumb. And she says, man, hetero dating is what exactly did she say about hetero dating? I have it in my phone notes. Nope, that's not what we want. She said hetero dating life is a grime, which Nikki gay? Nikki bi? But she's in the community, so I find that's a very nice, and I don't want to say subtle, it's a very natural way of inserting that information. So if anybody has an issue with that, you're stupid. Jen does end up going on a date with a dude who was an a-hole who called her a six to whoever he's on the phone with. She straight up was like, yeah, I turned to a superhero. I can lift a sedan with ease. Dude's just not listening, on his phone, checking out other women. And he gets her to pay for the crappy evening. When she takes Nikki's advice and signs up as She-Hulk, unfortunately she changes her profile to She-Hulk after realizing that she called Nikki for work on a Friday night, and she's like, oh, that means tomorrow's Saturday. And before Nikki could give her any guff about it, she does what her friend says, and then she gets tons of matches on this thing called Matcher. I guess it's a combination of Match and Tinder in the MCU. Matcher. I wouldn't be surprised if someone actually picked up that name if Marvel didn't pick it up already, so they don't get sued for using Matcher. But I digress. She gets one guy who's literally former wrestler and football player David Otunga, who is being a complete jackass because he's like, how much can you bench? She's like, well, literally a ton. He's like, well, I did 600 and I don't have superpowers. All right, bro. He was super aggressive, so nah, not him. Then another guy came in who's just interested in her anatomy, like not even boobs and butt, like, is your skin impenetrable? Blah 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 blah. You're an interesting specimen. She's like, did you call me a specimen? Like, dude seemed way too into her oh my god. I almost combined physiology and anatomy. Physiatomy. You know what? New word. Physiatomy. He was too much involved in her physiatomy. And then another guy who was artsy. That was an instant nope. And then she meets like the perfect dude. He's a pediatric doctor. It's like, I've been on a lot of first dates. I want to hear about you. And you can just hear the sploosh. If you watch Archer, you can just hear the sploosh. And just like, oh. And he's like, you want to split some fries? We better get those to go. And they get those to go. They get those to go. And things are going great with that. Until that A plot comes on in. Dumbass Donnie. He made a portal to somehow. One of Madison's friends was at the show again. I guess it's just where people go when they're drunk. And she's like, no, you didn't help my friend. And you sent her to some weird fire zone. It looked like he's going to send her to someplace in Texas. Looks like it was a Texaco or something. This dude does the magic with his hands, summons a nice 3D pigeon, dove, and this thing poops out an egg, and the egg has a demon, and the demon grows, and he tries to send it back. He can't close it. Demons run amok. Of course, he asks for Wong's help, and then we get my favorite. Wong interrupting Jen as she's about to get on with that dude who, dude spilled some wine. She threw his shirt somewhere. She was not taking any phone calls. And dude, she's like, "Where's my shirt?" Don't know. And Wong's just looking like, "Oh, that's why you weren't answering. Look, I got some demons. I need your help, please." He's like, "I feel like your dad," which I wonder how old Wong really is. Wong looks like he could be in his early 40s. Wong don't look super old. Looks like he's in his early 40s. But that battle was great. We found out quickly something I appreciate. Jen don't know how to fight. Since she's in control of her Hulk transformation, she's just not Rage Beast, Hulk smash, thunderclap, elbow, gigantic meteor super. No gamma wave, no gamma rush. None of that fun stuff from Marvel vs. Capcom. She's just, what do you need me to do? He's like, "You're a Hulk, be a Hulk." And, she starts stomping stuff and punching stuff. And these things, she's like, "These things don't die." And he's like, "Cool." So he has to close a portal. He opens up another portal. I can't tell if it's to a different dimension or if it's just to some snowy mountains. It looks really familiar to me, though. Like, kind of reminds me of like the Fortress of Solitude. It could have been one of those worlds that one of those realms when the Watcher and Ultron Vision fought through. That could be reminding me. I have absolutely no time to go back and find that episode and reference it. Besides, these videos don't have cut-ins anyway. Ha ha ha. Anywho, he sends them away. It was a cool thing he did where he took like the original portal to that weird demon realm with the weird bat things that as Jen, I'm gonna get to Jen in a minute. He was able to take that portal and make it a whip. That was some really cool stuff. I said it once before and I'm gonna say it again. Wong has the biggest glow up from the comics to the MCU. He is not just a manservant who can also do the mystic powers. I feel like they're trying to ease into that in the comics as well with Clea being the Sorcerer Supreme after her husband died. Spoilers if you haven't read The Death of Doctor Strange. It's a really good book. You should read that. Don't worry, Clea's trying to bring him back. And it looks like he's trying to do that with Clea. I really like that. I like that he's not just a manservant in this. He's amazing. He even turned the one portal where they're sucking him through. He made it a vortex to send him through. But Jen, we're getting more teases of where that anger comes from. Where Bruce's whole thing, anger, is just like isolation. People look at me as a monster. Self-loathing. I hate myself. Jen does have some self-loathing too. But I'm gonna get to that in a second. Her whole thing is, I finally went on a date with somebody. Dating in your 30s is horrible. This dude is perfect. And now I have to fight demons. She straight up catches one without looking and throws it, which makes it grow and two others grow. And as they're cleaning this mess up, it's so funny. The black gentleman who's the hype man, I think he was, like I said earlier, I think he taught Donnie his practical magic. He's like, "Hello, nice lady." And she says, "You guys want to sign that cease and desist now?" And black dude's like, "Yes." Of course, the idiot's like, "Nah, I got to think about it. Before I throw this demon away, you need to answer it." And the demon snarling dude goes, "Of course." So, yay for settling things out of court, which is a very funny way of settling things out of court. But here's where I'm getting with the heartbreak. Now, earlier, when Jen's like, "All right, I'm going to go a She-Hulk for these match dates." And she even said, "This is going to be demoralizing for Jen," to us. After she comes back, literally on top of the dude, flicks off some demon, very much implied they had sex. Good for you, She-Hulk. Like it. Next morning, she even made breakfast and everything, but she's regular Jen now. And Nikki texts her. She wants the deets, but at the same time, she tells her to turn on the news. Titania's let free. We'll get back to that in a minute. This dude, as soon as he sees regular Jen, he's like, you know, I'm gonna go. You can keep the shirt, and that sucks. In the comics, it's more so of Jen going, okay, I'm gonna be She-Hulk all the time, because She-Hulk, you know, lets loose, has fun, parties, does all the things that normal Jen doesn't do, because normal Jen's boring, nobody wants her. But she comes to realize that all the partying is still not so good, and that she, you know, she can be Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk at the same time. It seems in this is she's learning how to balance loving, you know, accepting that she is She-Hulk, but at the same time loving, you know, loving She-Hulk and loving herself. It's almost like I said the same thing, but she's, in the comics, she wants to be She-Hulk all the time. In the MCU, she wants to be Jen all the time. And I look forward to, if wasn't this supposed to be 8 episodes, supposed to be 10, now it's 8. I look forward to, in one of these episodes, for her being like, you know what? I accept me. I am me. I don't want that rage, that internal rage, to go away from her, but I appreciate that this is her struggle. Her struggle is much different from Bruce, because Bruce's whole thing is, you know, I turn into a rage monster. I just don't want to hurt people. I need to get it under control when I transform. Her whole thing is, I can do it whenever I want. I just don't want to do it at all. So, poor Jen. I already mentioned that after credit scene, which was so adorable. Madison, please let Wong help save Madison. Please, if we get Midnight Suns, if you're gonna do an MCU version of Midnight Suns, y'all gotta be Wong. It gotta be Wong. Wong. We're substituting Doctor Strange for Wong, because Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme, and Strange has already gone off to the dark dimension with Clea. You know, Charlie's there on to do his thing. So I super hope that if they do announce somewhere down the line that we get that, that just means that Wong has to live long enough. He has to live long enough and live through Secret Wars and Kang's invasion and all that. I don't know if he can do it, but I'm looking forward to seeing if he tries. Let's look forward to seeing him try. All in all, I adored this episode. I literally just went 22 minutes, and I didn't even do my normal format where I just went character to character. This was just so much fun. For me, this was my favorite episode. And partially it has to do with Wong. I won't lie. Jen was right. And it's because of Wong's relationship with Madison. I like seeing that Wong is a person. We went from the guy who was the librarian that listened to Beyonce, that only laughed once, to the guy who had to step into the Sorcerer Supreme role because Doctor Strange had snapped out of existence. The guy that seems to be like one of the key members of whatever this Avengers-esque group they have going on with him and Bruce and Carol and XYZ. It seems like everybody's taking care of something. Now we see more. He does stuff when he's not doing mystical training and stuff. He actually watched TV. He has a bestie friend now. This is going to add layers to future things that, when bad stuff happens, is going to tug on your heartstrings. Straight up 4.5 out of 5 for me. Nah, it's not a 5. It's not phantasmal, but I enjoyed this a lot. Especially after everybody made a big stink about the She-Hulk twerk. This was amazing. I'm glad that the momentum is not stopping. I do like not knowing what happens next. Oh wait, I do know what happens next episode. I didn't tell you about Titania. So Titania was all charges dropped against her, even though she actively tried to kill some people, and she's suing Jen for the She-Hulk trademark. She's trademarked her name, and it just makes no sense. And even Jen recognizes, to us, she's like, this is a crappy way of ending off an episode. Hopefully, the end credit thing is fun. Hopefully they call those tags. Hopefully the tag will be fun, right? Because the guy who she hooked up with, like, ew, I don't want puny Jen. She's getting sued by the chick who's evil, who just seems like a jackass. Oh yeah, that's only two things. There is no third thing besides the fact that she's at square zero with her love life. Man. So I look forward to seeing whatever happens with this Titania thing. There's no way that she's gonna win because Jen's gonna be She-Hulk, right? I mean, exactly. So let me know what you thought of the episode in the comment section down below, please. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. And please, oh please, feel free to share these videos. I want to hear from you guys. You guys watch this. You guys can hear me properly now, right? Just go ahead, leave a comment down below. As always, thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about these shows and talk about some of the things you may or may not have missed. I have literally gone through all of this. Before I wrap up, give you a little Easter egg in her dating profile thing. What she was looking for, she's looking for a dude that's between 5'6" and 7'1". That is hilarious, given that Jen's normal height, I believe, is 5'5", and then when she turns to She-Hulk, she becomes 6'3", or 6'1", 6'1" or 6'3". So it's funny that those are her parameters for looking for a guy. Very, very funny. So, as always, be good, be blessed, wash your hands, wear a mask, take care of yourself. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please do not be a jerk. And I will most definitely see you all next time.